We're taking your plant and garden questions today for Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company.
The number to call is 270-9933. Lisa joins us from the weather patio. Hey, welcome back.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
All right,
guys.
Good to see you. We're good. We got to get to a glass of water or something out there.
It is steamy out here.
Let's start with Greg in Madison. Hi, Greg. What's your question? Greg, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, I planted some garlic last fall, and I was just reading the sheet that I got from the Bruce Company that says once it's time to dig it up, that you should tie it up and take it out of the sun and just hang it. But the package the garlic came in, it says you should dig it up and tie it up and leave it in the sun for 3 or 4 days.
When I have done garlic myself, what I do is I carefully dig it up with the garden fork. You don't want to bruise it. And then I just kind of lay it out in an airy but dry place, not in the full sun. When I was in Sheboygan, we put it in the barn on big tables. And so that's what you want to do. You want to be careful not to bang the bulbs into one another, because once it bruises, it won't keep as long. And you want to cure it for about 4 to 6 weeks.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Well, up next, hey, Lori from Mount Horeb. What's your question?
Yes, I have 4 yellow peonies that are 2 years old. I have a half of bloom, and that's it. What can I do to get them to bloom?
Okay, so there are a couple of reasons peonies don't bloom. The first, of course, is that they're not getting enough sunlight, so they need 6 to 8 hours of sun. The second thing is that oftentimes people will plant them at the proper depth because you bought them in a pot, but then if you're a good mulcher in your garden, the mulch gets piled on top of that soil, and peony buds need to be within 2 inches of the top of the soil to flower. So if you've mulched, pull that mulch away from the plants themselves and see if that will help. You could also apply like a bloom booster or a bulb fertilizer this fall and see if that will help out as well.
Thanks, Lori.
All right. Thank you for calling. We have another peony question from Carol in Middleton. Hi, Carol. What's your question? Carol, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I have a yellow peony tree that I've had for a number of years. This year I had 16 blooms on it that were just beautiful. But I'm wondering if I can start new plants with the pods when I dad had them.
You know, you could. I would just leave 1 or 2, because going to seed takes a lot of energy from the plant. That being said, what you get from the seed will probably not be true, so you would get something that might be other than the yellow peony that you started off with, but it might be a fun experiment.
And we have time for one last call. Denise from Beloit, what's up? Hey, Denise.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead. What's your question for Lisa?
I have a plant that I got for my birthday the first part of June, and it's a bunch of pansies, but it's in a huge black pot that it was in when they bought it from the flower shop. I want to know how much water these require, and also what they require as far as sunlight and shade. Can they be in direct sun, or they have to be in the shade part of the day?
So pansies like cooler weather. So as it gets really hot, they tend to sort of peter out until the temperatures moderate a little bit. So I would definitely put your pansy bowl in a spot where maybe it gets some morning sun, but it's out of the heat at the hot part of the day. And as far as watering's concerned, you're probably just going to have to give it some, check it every day, water it. If the pot is dry the next morning, then water it again. If not, let it go.
All right, unfortunately, we're out of time already. The time goes by so fast.
Sure does.
Lisa, great to see you. Thanks,
nice to see you guys
thanks
too.
everybody for your calls. We'll do this again very soon because we still have a lot of questions for you. Thanks, Lisa. We'll be right back.